It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, former NBA players Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, with David Aldridge joining us courtside. Looking now at some numbers for Larry Bird.
The most positive thing about his last 10 games, the work on defense. His mindset has become very aggressive. The steals are up, and he's becoming a big factor on the defensive end.
So the Nets starting five. Cam Thomas is out there with Russell. Then it's Williams. Then it's Sharp, and it's Johnson in at the power forward. They've got Bird. Red Van Vliet out there with Miller. Then there's Bull. And it's Duren in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And if you claim to be a basketball purist, and Greg, I know you do, one thing you gotta love watching is great ball movement.
Which is something both of these teams take pride in. It's always fun to watch guys be unselfish with the ball and look to make each other better.
Now, here is Miller. Now, here's Duren. And stolen by Russell. That's tipped. Stolen by Van Vliet. And they're running. Bird way outside. Off target from three-point range. And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for the Nets. And stolen by Bull. Van Vliet against Russell. Bird, the pass to Van Vliet. Now, here is Miller. Pass to Bird. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And not just the score. Miller can dish it as well, showing great vision on that play.
Russell dishes to Johnson. No good on the three. Miller against Thomas. Here's Bird. Again, the miss by Bird. It's Thomas on the wing. Covered by Miller. Outside Williams. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Sinks the three-pointer.
And it's big for Thomas's confidence when he's knocking that down. Keep shooting, young man.
Van Vliet deciding where to go with it. Thomas against Miller. And the foul called on Brandon Miller. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Russell passes to Sharp. Back to Russell. Goes up on the wing. Thomas, no luck. Gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Well, you talk about Cam Thomas. RJ, he's one of the most explosive scorers I know in the NBA.
Well, after Kyrie and KD got traded out of
Brooklyn. Ooh, what a slam!
Oh, my.
What a slam!
Gracious. Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. That's good from Duren. And when you take a look at Jalen Duren, a big man, Greg, who seems to get better each and every season.
Well, you know, he averaged a double-double in his second season. I especially like how hard he goes after rebounds. This guy has a bright future in this league.
Gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Miller. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And this is what you like about Miller. He has great range from 3, but he can also make tough shots in traffic.
Pass to Thomas. Now, here's Sharp. Defended by Duren. Thomas. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
And to put things simply, this has not been his quarter.
And then Sharp with the dunk.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
Pass to Bird. Duran high post. Van Vliet outside. Good. And it's Bird picking up the assist.
Set him up properly. Van Vliet will knock that down.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And a chance here now to take a look at the teams that are tops in the league in scoring points off turnovers.
They've shown a tremendous ability to cash in on their opponent's mistakes, creating offense with their defense.
And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. It's a 5-point game. That's good for Thomas on the assist by Russell. Thomas got 5 points so far.
Muscling it home. Cam finds a way on that offensive end.
Van Vliet passes to Bird. Miller outside. Good on the three-point shot. Miller's got his second basket of the game.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Pass to Johnson. Launches it. Trains it from beyond the arc.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Here's Bird. He's guarded by Williams. Miller with a wide open look. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And nice mechanics from Miller there. Ready to fire as that pass is coming.
Back to Thomas. Pass to Johnson. There's the three. That one's a miss. His third shot of the game. He's made one of them. Russell against Van Vliet. And here's Bird. They double-team Bird. Duran with it from the line. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Duran's got his second basket of the night.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Gotten 7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far. Excellent pace to their offense. Bird against Russell. Duran down low. Pass to Bird. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Duran. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. And you take a look at this home team. They've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And, of course, the Brooklyn Nets just need to take it a game at a time. Nets trail by 8. Outside Williams. Pass to Sharp. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2. And the home team has possession. And here is Van Vliet. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Down low, Bird. The shot comes out. Nice D from Williams.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
Such a wide open look.
You got to guard Russell out there, especially when he's roaming around those corner spots.
Gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Van Vliet passes to Bird. They double-team Bird, and he makes good on the layup.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Johnson outside. Fires it up. Bird pulls it in.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And here we are, Greg, about a third of the way through the season. Is it too early to talk about MVP?
Some people debate that even before the season begins. I think we do have a front runner, but out of respect for the field, I'll keep that to myself.
That's good from Durham. You know, the hopes of a super team in Brooklyn did not come to fruition at all, Richard, and you saw it firsthand.
Thank you for reminding me of that, Kevin. Yes, I had a front row view to it. And look, from a fan's perspective, it's a tough take. The team brings in some of the biggest stars this league has ever seen. You are thinking championship, and you never got close.
And both free throws good for Duren. Nets trail by 7. Here's Russell. His last outing, he had 8 points. On the wing, Johnson. A 3-ball. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Johnson's got 6.
Beautiful stroke from Johnson, even on the quick shot.
Pass to Caruso. Now Bird. He's guarded by Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. No good from Bird. Brooklyn's gone 4 of 7 from three-point range so far in the first. Williams gets the bucket.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Caruso with the ball. Bird kicks to Caruso. Plenty of room to knock down the shot.
How about the quick trigger from Caruso? Love the assertive approach there.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, Jalen Duren, a physical specimen, is improving the finer points of his game, including his vision. He said, I feel like I've always been a good passer. I've developed more of that as my young career has gone on, understanding the league better and how to win. Kevin?
Yeah, D.A., you know, it takes time, but nice to see his development. Bird against Johnson. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
What a play there, the hoop plus the harm.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Sharp. Martin comes in for Williams. Johnson, he's checked in for Cameron Thomas. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Russell.
Few players have the overall game of Larry Bird. Obviously, we know he can shoot the lights out, but he's also an elite level passer.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with this team. Here's Johnson. His last outing, he had 18 points. Pass to Melton. Johnson sets the screen for Melton. Claxton inside. He's defended by Wagner. Second chance shot. Claxton no good. Gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Got a piece of it. And it's Wagner missing.
Just enough resistance to force them as barely. That's one he'll generally make.
Martin kicks to Melton. Johnson sets the screen for Melton. Takes a 3. And it's Bird with the rebound. Bird's got his 5th rebound in this one. Now Dosunmu. Pass to Christie. Here's Bird. Over to the wing. Fires from deep. The shot's good from Christie.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
Here's Melton. Sweet little floater.
The floater is so tough to defend against. Nothing defenders can really do but shake their heads.
Now here's Dosunmu. Nothing on the board. Caruso looking for an opening. Pass to Bird. Over Johnson. It's hauled in by Claxton.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Now here's Melton. Defended by Dosunmu. Here's Johnson, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Johnson's got 8 points.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Pass to Wagner. Here's Christie. 8 points his last outing. They double-team Bird. Here's Dosunmu. A three-pointer off the mark.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
It's Martin on the wing. Defended by Caruso. Here's Christie. Into the lane. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
Johnson, wide open. He fires. From outside, off the mark. Gone 4 of 8 on their three-point attempts, doing a lot of work from way outside here in the first quarter. Pass to Dosunmu. Back to Bird. Over Claxton. Shot's good from Bird. 9 points for Larry Bird.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Nets, trailing by 10. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Yeah, despite the challenges of being away from home, they were able to execute cleanly and looked really fresh out there.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Leading by 10. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
They're playing for one another and focusing on making winning plays. You love to see it.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Thomas is out there with Wilson. Then it's Johnson. Then it's DeAnthony Melton. And it's Claxton in at the center, locking down the middle.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Miller up on top, covered by Johnson. Miller, no luck. Nets trail by 7. Johnson with it. Now Bol defending. Melton passes to Claxton. Now here's Thomas. The Nets working the ball around now. And Claxton throws it down.
Not just a scorer, Thomas also shows he's a capable passer.
Van Vliet outside. Pass to Wagner. Back to Van Vliet. Trying to find Wagner and gets it to him. Drills the baseline jumper.
How do you stop a good fadeaway jumper? Yeah, that's a trick question. You don't.
Brooklyn's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Melton against Van Vliet. Melton passes to Thomas. Kept alive. Kicks it out to Wilson. Offline with his three. Gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. Pass to Bol. On the wing, Miller. Back to Bol. Van Vliet outside. Miller with a screen on Johnson. And here's Miller. Over Thomas. Miller, no luck.
It just seemed like they were out of sync and waited way too long.
Here's Wilson over Bol. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. RJ, so often with rookies, we want to judge them after half a season. We're not very patient with them. How long should we give players to prove themselves in the NBA?
Well, there's a different type of prove yourself. If you're talking about a rookie, I was taught after about game 60, you're no longer a rookie because you've played every team. You understand the defensive concepts. You might be a little fatigued, but after that, you're no longer a rookie. But to judge them, if they can play in this league, it can take a couple of years.
Duren, he's checked in for Wagner. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And so here's the home team. They've led by as much as 10. And this is their first time matched up with Brooklyn this year.
And 2 teams here that were evenly matched a season ago as they split the season series.
Pass to Bol. 5 to shoot. Now Miller. Shoots over Johnson. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
And with Miller's ability to change the trajectory of his shots, he's a tough cover for most defenders.
Bol against Wilson. Here's Thomas. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
If they want to come back, he needs to be better.
Here's Miller. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Keon Johnson.
And you watch Miller, he keeps the defense on its heels. They don't know what he's going to do.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And to look at his percentage from the line, you see him at 89%. That's an indicator of what a consistent stroke he has.
That free throw good from Miller. Some changes for Brooklyn. Sharp checked in for Nicholas Claxton. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for DeAnthony Melton. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Enzo Thomas will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Johnson gets the bucket.
Nice find by D'Angelo. He's always had that great vision.
Gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Russell against Van Vliet. Driving inside. Pass to Caruso. Miller surveying the floor. Now here's Bol. And it's good with time running down in the shot clock.
And that's how you lead a team. Literally.
Nets trail by 7. Russell passes to Johnson. Sharp sets the pick for Johnson. Over Miller. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Johnson's got his second bucket of the night. Over to the left wing. And here is Caruso. Inside and stolen by Sharp. Thomas against Caruso. Wilson misses the baby hook. Gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Van Vliet finds Bol. Back to Van Vliet. Bol up top over Russell. Bol can't hit. Tipped away. Stolen by Van Vliet to the middle and stolen by Sharp. In transition, here come the Nets. They get the rebound. Thomas gets a wide open look, and the 3-ball is good. Thomas got 8 points.
In constant motion off ball, Thomas finds a soft spot and trusts the ball will find him back.
To the wing on the left. Back to Van Vliet. Pass to Duren. Miller outside. It's up a 3. It's hauled in by Thomas.
Oh, he really wanted that triple. Even though he missed, I really like the competitiveness I'm seeing.
On the wing, Miller. He's guarded by Russell. Miller kicks to Caruso. Johnson against Van Vliet. And Thomas over to help. Now here's Van Vliet. Defense right on him. Can't cash in from close range. Johnson, the pass to Wilson. Johnson with a screen on Bol. Pass to Thomas from the arc. They get it back. Now Johnson. Back to Sharp. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
Got a good look there, but just not able to hit from the mid-range.
They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And you gotta love a team that can maintain its composure on the road. Take good shots and knock them down with confidence.
They took the air out of the crowd again and again with big shots. They never let the fans become a factor.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Bird outside. Pass to Van Vliet. 5 on the clock. Christie against Sharp. Christie can't make it.
That is not a bad decision to pull it from there. It was just a little bit off with the execution.
Thomas, no luck.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Van Vliet outside. Bird looking it over. Cranes the 19-footer. Bird's got 11 points. Nets trail by 4.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Sharp with a screen on Christie. To the inside. Kicks it out to Johnson. Buries it from 3-point range. 11 points in the game.
When Johnson hits a 3 from that corner, it just seems to energize his entire team.
And if you listen to Cam Johnson talk about shooting, my goodness, RJ, he is a student of the game.
Studies a lot of different shooters, constantly analyzing his own footwork. And you know what? The result speaks for themselves.
Shot clock at 5. Bird's shot was good.
This is just what Bird does. He makes shooting from range look easy.
Brooklyn's gone 4-7 on 3-point shots in the second quarter. Russell finds Sharp. Back to Russell. Here's Johnson. Duren pulls it in. Gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Van Vliet against Russell. Duren the pass to Christie. Van Vliet outside. Pass to Christie. Bird left side. Unloads. Drops one in from the wing.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
To the paint. Here's Thomas. And Ball sends it past.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection. to block shots.
The Nets making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. And let's take a peek at the players contending for a spot in the dunk contest this year. Each and every one of these guys can do amazing things around the bucket.
And they will. I guarantee you that we're going to see things in this year's contest that we've never seen before. Those fellas have some tricks up their sleeve for sure.
Well, you look at Miller, and I know he'd like to make a move up in the consideration. He's got all the athleticism you hope for from a dunk contest participant.
He sure does. Lots of competition, though, in the running this year to get that big invite.
So there you go. And as it's looking, this year's dunk contest is shaping up to be a fantastic competition. We'll keep you updated on the voting.
No doubt it's going to be a good one, Kevin. We've got players on that list who'll do things that you didn't even think were possible.
First free throw is good. And you look at the career of D'Angelo Russell. I mean, he's played for several teams, including the Lakers twice.
Teams keep trading for D'Lo for his offense. He can be electric. There is a reason why he's been named an all-star in his career.
That one misses.
And Russell is a shoot-first kind of player. A combo guard who doesn't lack any confidence.
It's good from long range.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Johnson kicks to Russell. The shot that time, not on target. Great defense that time from Duren. Here's Christie, out to Bird. And that's good off the glass that time. Bird's got 12 now in this quarter.
This man is on fire. His team is winning, and it doesn't get better than that.
Russell, up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Just willing that one in. That's a tough shot there by Russell.
Simmons feeling it out a bit. Bird against Williams. Fades back. Bird's shot is good. Bird's got 23.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Johnson, the pass to Sharp. Christie against Johnson. Now, here is Russell. Defense is right there. Johnson's shot is off. Gone 2 or 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Bird finds Simmons. Pass to Christie. Bird right side and stolen by Williams. Johnson at the elbow. And here's Russell. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
An active competitor. Russell won't go down without a fight, especially around the rim.
Here's Christie. In the corner, it's Duren. On the wing, Bird. With the fadeaway. And it's Russell with the rebound.
You know what? Just a little fancy on that possession there. Just go up in rhythm.
Bird outside. A three-pointer, no good.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
Russell against Simmons. Now, here is Russell. He's covered closely. The Nets need to get a shot off here.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
And the first half is now in the books, leading by 6. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Howdy, folks. The moment you've been waiting for is here. Before we recap the first half, let's see what the standings look like in the East. Hey, fellows, I'm just wondering your thoughts on how these teams stack up.
Well, I'm a big fan of stacking things. Title rings, onion rings, cash rings, ring cameras.
One of these things is not like the others.
I agree. Onion rings are the only thing that satisfy my shaka type. Hey, you got any onion rings in the back?
Somehow it always comes back to food. And now, guys, it's time to talk about that challenging first half for the Nets.
Their perimeter D's been weaker than airport toilet paper. Trust me, I know. They should strengthen it.
Wait a minute. I can't get the image of airport toilet paper now out of my head. Chasing guys off the arc would be the first thing I'd recommend. Airport toilet paper?
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been one outstanding game from Larry Bird.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Nets. 6-point game. Bull out there with Bird. Then it's Duren. Then it's Miller. And it's Van Vliet in at the 1.
Ooh, the crafty lefty. Russell smart around that hoop.
And for the Nets, we've got Russell. Cameron Johnson is out there with Williams. Then it's Sharp. And it's Thomas in at the 2. Duren sets the screen for Van Vliet. Over Russell. Duren. And Duren slams it in.
Saw the angles and led him right to the hoop with that pass.
Here's Russell. Pass to Sharp. Back to Russell. Fires for 3. Larry Bird grabs the miss. Bird's got rebound number 8 now on the night. To the middle. Here's Duren. Off target at the rim. Nets
hey, level up.
6.
How you doing, man?
Shot on the wing. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Thomas got 10 points in the game.
With the ball in his hands, Thomas is crafty moving downhill.
Yeah, we got a good game going here. The Nets are surprisingly putting up a good fight tonight, even though we're the worst team in the NBA. That's how it is sometimes.
Russell against Van Vliet.
In-season fatigue.
A wide open look for Bird.
Oh, my goodness.
Assist by Van Vliet.
Larry Bird.
Van Vliet's got 3 assists now in this one. Russell kicks to Johnson. Over Bull. Johnson gets the bucket. He's got 13.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Miller outside. Pass to Van Vliet. A floater. Bird finds Bull. And he gets it to go.
And the big fella knows how to score the basketball.
That's good, level up. Enjoy your day off, man.
For his next level.
Here's Russell. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And an excellent start to the second half. Only missed one shot in their first 5.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1. Here's Van Vliet. Miller with the ball. Van Vliet outside. Duren against Sharp. Miller inside. Out to Bird. Shot clock at 3. Over Williams. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
And with the break in the action, let's look at the stats for Thomas. Averaging about 27 points per, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
Yeah, they rely on his production night in and night out. There are times when he absolutely carries them.
And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. He wants to talk to his guys.
Said probably the greatest head case. I can't see the rest of your message. Level up. Head case for what?
And here's a group of players that have really been showcasing their versatility recently. The leading three-point shooters among centers and power forwards over the last 10 games. You look at Johnson, 3rd in the NBA. He's someone that if you leave him alone, he's going to knock it down.
You know, there was a time in the league when you wouldn't see a group of big guys like this, but
Larry Bird
has evolved. Versatility now is why we see so many bigs that can just flat out shoot it from anywhere.
Okay, I'll say it. I'm still not a huge fan of big fellas taking threes, but when it comes to this group, I will make an exception.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Out to Bird. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Bird's got 28.
A skilled facilitator. Van Vliet rewards the open guys with the ball.
Outside Williams. Johnson outside. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
Gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. And Van Vliet, not the same scorer he once was, Richard, but he has improved his playmaking.
And that's the adjustment that Van Vliet needed to make. The scoring doesn't always have to be there for him. But if he can set up, facilitate, and be a game manager, he'll find a large role.
Pass to Sharp. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
The Nets shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Day'Ron Sharpe at the line for 2.
First one falls for him. Pippen's checked in for Fred Van Vliet. And so he makes both from the line. Gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Pass to Bird. Now here's Pippen. Duren sets the screen for Pippen. Back to Bird. Clock at 4. Here's the 3. Rebound by Johnson. Outside for Pippen. Miller with the ball. Bird, the pass to Bull. Second shot opportunity, and the layup is good. Bull's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, inside, Bull does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
Here's Russell. Johnson outside. No good with the triple. gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Pippen feeling it out a bit. Miller finds Pippen. And here's Bird. Pass to Pippen. That's the free fly, and that's a foul called on Bol. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Nets trail by 6. Now Russell. He's got 13. Pass to Johnson. Three-pointer. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got 6 assists in the game.
After a tremendous first quarter, 3 trays, he's put in another.
Miller outside. Bird outside. Here's Duren. Bird inside. He's against Williams. That one goes. Count it. Bird's got 30.
He's been dominant all game long. Nobody on the floor can stop him. And look, let's just say he knows it.
Johnson outside from past the arc. And the Nets, another 3.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
Now, here's Pippen. Hasn't made one yet. Pass to Bol. Bird with it. He's guarded by Williams. And here's Miller outside. The 3. Good on the triple. Miller's got 14 points.
A huge reason Miller went so high in the draft. His 3-point stroke. It's exactly what you want in a wing.
Thomas against Miller. Here's Russell. Trying to the hoop. And the slam dunk by Russell.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Oh, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Bol inside. Defended by Sharp. Nets trail by 3. Williams passes to Thomas. Over Bird. Thomas, no good.
How did he break that one? He smoked it. Everything was set up for that to be an easy basket.
And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Cameron Thomas.
And one thing that has been very consistent for him the last few years, his ability to continue to deliver more and more offense. He's been doing everything that's been asked of him.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. That free throw, no good. Both teams will make substitutions. And the second free throw, good. Here is Russell. 15 points in the game. To the inside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Let's see what the Brooklyn Nets have coming up. On Saturday, they'll be matching up against Kyle Lowry and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Monday, they'll defend home court against the Chicago Bulls. The first one falls.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Trendon Watford's checked in for Bird. And both free throws good for Johnson. And here is Van Vliet. to the right wing. Here's Watford. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And great find by Van Vliet. He's in control of this offense and generally makes good decisions.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That's good from Watford. Nets trail by 5. Pass to Johnson. Lets it go with the 3. And it's Wagner with the rebound. Gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. And yes, it's good. 17 points from Brandon Miller.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Good on the shot. Being a stellar 60% since the halftime break. Van Vliet with it. Sensational block. Russell with a wide open look. Off target with his 3.
He knocked down a 3 in the first quarter, but he's still been unable to connect from deep past the break.
It's Miller on the way. Pass to Wagner. Just 5 to shoot. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Now let's check out and highlight the best defenses in the NBA.
This is a team that takes pride on the defensive side of the floor. I mean, they play hard and they play together. They are a tough group to score on.
The first free throw is good. So for the Nets, Nicholas Claxton comes in for Sharp, and Martin subbed in for Thomas. Both free throws good from Wagner. Nets trail by 7. Outside, Russell shoots over Van Vliet. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Russell's got 11 in the second half. Van Vliet outside. Pass to Caruso. High arcing shot and the rejection by Claxton. And here we go. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Red Van Vliet picks one up.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
And that one falls for Johnson. Here's Van Vliet. Inside, here's Miller. Rebound, Brooklyn. They are right on the brink of taking the lead.
This is an absolutely critical juncture in this game.
And then Johnson with the dunk.
Using outstanding floor awareness there. Russell's ability to pick apart the defense and find the open man.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Russell against Van Vliet. Over Russell. Poke loose. For the lead. And he sinks the layup. Russell's got the lead up to 2 now for the Nets.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Van Vliet. Pass to Watford. On the wing, Miller. He's guarded by Johnson. Shot to stop the run. And Miller with the lay-in. Miller's got 19 points.
And more than just a jump shooter, Miller's very good around the rim. A rare quality for a wing these days.
1:05 left in the third. From deep, Johnson, good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Van Vliet against Russell. Johnson with the block. Now here is Martin. He's guarded closely. And a wide open look for Claxton. Great look there, but off target. Gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. And the Nets with possession. They're on a 14-4 run right now. Van Vliet against Russell. Claxton a screen on Van Vliet. Russell passes to Johnson. No good on the triple. In the second half so far, about 45%. Van Vliet outside. Here's Caruso. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. It's been all about Cameron Johnson for the Nets. And it was from three-point range where he did the most.
Boy, I tell you, man, you cannot take any game in the NBA lightly.
Back to the action in
This
just a minute.
season, these games will sneak up on you. That in-season fatigue and team chemistry matters, man. The Nets are the worst team in the NBA, but you couldn't tell tonight. They are fighting like cats and dogs out here.
To bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish.
All right, let's get our fourth quarter starting lineup out there. Larry Bird's good to go. Let's get him out there. We're going to keep Caruso. We're going to put Larry Bird at the power forwards position. We're going to bring back in Duren. Fred VanVleet, he's not having a good game tonight. He's really having a tough problem with the Nets point guard. So we're going to go with Ben Simmons. Not so much for his offense, but he's 6'10". He can at least bother some of those shots from D'Angelo Russell. And we're going to leave Caruso out there for more defense as well. Because I think we're going to have to win this with defense, not offense. And getting rebounding. All right, we're going with that. Sit back and enjoy. Hope you guys are liking what you're seeing. Like the video if you like what you're seeing. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. And let's go with the fourth quarter here from Boston.
And 2 teammates on the same page. Woo.
3 tenths quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. We've got Jalen Duren. Christie is out there with Simmons. And it's Alex Caruso. And it's Bird in at the 4 spot. Good.
Oh, it's not an easy look for Caruso in with these threes, but somehow he gets to go.
And here's Melton. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. They lead by 1. Pass to Thomas. Now Wilson. Thomas feeling it out a bit. Shot clock at 2. Over Bird. Thomas, no good. At 50% in a decent groove. Bird with it. And Simmons kicks to Caruso. A miss that time. Would have put him up. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Thomas passes to Claxton. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Took the opportunity when he saw it.
Oh, Cam Thomas is a very comfortable mid-range shooter.
Now Simmons. Pass to Christie to tie it up. Knocks down the 3-ball. And it's a tie ball game.
Bird and Duren setting hard screens. People forget Larry Bird was a great screen setter and this and everything else he did. Bird sets good screens.
And the shot is good from Johnson. 14 points for Keon Johnson.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
Outside, Simmons. Pass to Christie. Down low, Claxton with the steal. Johnson against Christie. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Johnson. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Johnson. Ayo Dosunmu is checked in for Alex Caruso. And the Nets also making a change. Russell's checked in. He doesn't get the second one. Gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter start. Pass to Duren. To the paint. Here's Bird. Rebounded by the Nets. Johnson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Out to Russell. 3-pointer. Duren pulls it in.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Confident and composed on the 3-point shot at a critical
Transition 3. I guarantee you Larry Bird would have been pulling that today. Just like that. Transition 3s.
Russell against Simmons. Shoots the 3. Shot's good by Wilson. Wilson's got the lead. Back up to 3 now for the Nets.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And here's Bird for 3. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got 6 rebounds in the game. Duren against Russell. Inside, here's Claxton, and Claxton throws it down.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Now, here's Dosunmu. It's stolen by Johnson. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to go on Dosunmu. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
And another thing they've been doing all game long is knocking down the 3. Shooting has been a big part of their game plan tonight.
Bol, he's checked in for Dosunmu. Simmons inside the line, and it's good. 2 points.
Love the assertive approach from Simmons, refusing to let the contact get to him.
Brooklyn leading by 4. Johnson surveying the floor. Pass to Russell. Goes to the reverse layup and pops it in. Russell's got 23.
He has been a key factor for them offensively, scoring with consistency.
Here's Simmons. And here is Duren. And here's Bird for 3. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Johnson. Pass to Thomas. And then Thomas with the jam.
Thomas is electric. He always makes things happen when he's on the floor.
Timeout. Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Yeah, we can see over here. The coach, he has some choice words for his team. Words we cannot repeat.
have the camera on you. You gotta dance like everyone's watching.
Brandon Miller, he's checked in for Christie. Vanette's also changing it up. Sharp comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And it's Johnson in for Wilson. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, the head coach of the home team had some words for the team during the break. Now he reminded his team, keep looking for the deep ball. If the three is there, take it. You've done a good job getting those looks, so keep taking them. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, David. We throw good. Bird. Fred VanVleet is checked in for Simmons. Bird hits them both.
It's always nice to see a big fella be able to knock down some free throws and make teams pay from the line.
Russell passes to Sharp. Thomas kicks to Russell. Johnson with a screen on VanVleet. Russell kicks it out to Johnson. Johnson outside. Misses the three. Gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Bird finds VanVleet. And here is Duren. Defended by Sharp. Miller outside and taken away by Johnson. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
Nice pass by Cam Johnson, keeping his eyes up, letting things unfold.
On the wing, Bird. That falls. Great assist by VanVleet. VanVleet's got his 7th assist here tonight. Russell with it. Sharp with a screen on VanVleet. Lets a floater go.
You never want to foul Russell. He's pretty much automatic at the line.
Third team foul. Shooting for Brooklyn. D'Angelo Russell taking 2 shots.
Man, the New Jersey Nets are fighting like they are the #1 seed right now. This is amazing. But this is how the NBA season is. You just never know. You run into a team at the wrong time, they can surprise you.
Free throw good, Russell.
They only got 10 wins in the season. Barely. They're the 11th seed right now. But they weren't playing like it.
And so Russell hits them both.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see him miss.
VanVleet outside. Miller outside. Hits the three-point bomb. Miller's got 11 points here in just the second half.
And with that three, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Russell against VanVleet. Here's Sharp, and then Sharp with the dunk.
Good work in the pick and roll. I like it when Russell looks to distribute in these sets.
VanVleet outside. Pass to Bull. Back to VanVleet. Now here is Miller. Clock at 6. Duren with a screen on Thomas. Nice shot by Bird.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
VanVleet against Russell. Now Johnson. To the inside. And it's Sharp missing. Bird outside. Bowles setting the pick for Bird. Driving the lane. Takes it off the glass. Bird's got 42 in the game.
I can't think of a shot or move that Larry Bird doesn't have in his arsenal.
Russell passes to Thomas. Johnson kicks to Johnson. That's in, coming off the assist from Johnson. Johnson's got 25 points in the game.
And until he cools off, I'd keep the ball in his hands.
Pass to Bird. They double team Bird. It's stolen by Johnson. Outside Thomas. Johnson surveying the floor. Russell finds Thomas. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
He was solid in the first half from deep. He's a guy who can get hot. Let's see how he does here in the second.
Miller, the pass to Van Vliet. Duren with the screen on Russell. To the middle. And Duren slams it in. And he's now got the double-double. 11 points and 16 rebounds.
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. Outside, Russell. Johnson against Bowles. 16 feet away. Again, the Nets for two.
Going to work in the mid-range. This is how confident Johnson is from this area.
Bird against Thomas. To the inside. Bowles kicks it out to Van Vliet. Thomas against Bird. Fires the three. They grab their own miss. Beyond the arc. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Bird's got 45 points.
And that's right in his wheelhouse. Looking to make an impact when it counts.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
And we got a timeout here called by Jordi Fernandez. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Wagner's checked in for Bowles. And a change for the Nets. Williams, he's checked in for Johnson. Here's Williams. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Russell kicks to Thomas. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Thomas got 9 points now in the quarter.
Oh, Thomas can be scary when he's getting points inside. That really rounds out his game.
Wagner on the wing. Wagner with a screen for Bird. That shot, no good. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
Pass to Thomas. Williams kicks to Russell. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
And that's pro. Russell gets his man a little out of position and draws the foul.
Looks like the Nets are going to shock Team Larry Bird.
He doesn't hit the first.
This is amazing.
The one they really want.
The New Jersey Nets. The lowest ranked team in the Eastern Conference coming in and shocking the legendary one.
And the second of two is good. That stretches their lead to 8. Here's Van Vliet. Pass to Bird. There's the triple. Rebound, Brooklyn. Now, here is Russell. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Now, here's Bird. Covered by Johnson. He gets it in there. Bird's got 47 points.
Seems like nothing bothers Larry Bird. He looks relaxed, scoring, even in a high-stakes moment.
And it's Williams throwing it down. And that is the kind of big-time shot that can really deflate a crowd.
And did he ever do that? Sound level right now, 0 in this arena. No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
2 foul. At the line for 2, Fred VanVleet.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
Yeah, it's over. I think
the leader on the floor.
The season just getting to him. It happens, man.
Very efficiently.
This one's pretty much over, I think, yeah. That's how it is in the NBA, though, man. You have games like this. Everybody goes through it. You got a team you're expected to beat, and they come in,
and that narrows the gap to 7.
And they out-hustle you, outplay you.
Hit them all, and they need every point they can get.
Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
Nets ball.
So it's Brooklyn now. Right side, Russell. Sharp with a screen on VanVleet. Just 5 on the clock. And then Sharp with the dunk.
And it's just competing. You know, giving your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
Bird misses. So it's Brooklyn with the win. And in the win, a win in what was
amazing victory by New Jersey Nets.
It really was.
Coming in, the team Larry Bird
on the road, but they didn't have
on the road
with that tonight.
The worst team in the Eastern Conference.
So for our reporter David Aldridge,
wow.
Our analysts Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony.
That's why we love sports.
Kevin Harlan. We thank you for watching tonight's game.
As Boomer from NFL Countdown on ESPN used to say, that's why they play the games. That's why they play the games. If it was already decided, they wouldn't play the games. Let's take a look at the team comparison here. Look at the Nets shooting a blistering 41% from downtown as a team on 34 shots taken to make 14. Team Larry Bird was right there slightly, though. So it's not that big of a differential, but they got him when they needed him. Fast break points went all to the Nets. 52. Look at that one. 52 points in the paint on the vaunted defense of Team Larry Bird. The vaunted interior defense that we're supposed to have. They killed us inside. 32 points off the bench. Our bench did nothing tonight. Our bench gave us 21 points, and that was it. 34 assists. They passed the ball beautifully. We out-rebounded them, though, but look at the turnover. There you go. Look at the turnovers. They won the turnover battle. Look at that. 14 points off turnovers. That'll get you killed every time. That'll get you killed every time, guys. 12 dunks, too, to R4. Man. Let's see. I think Larry Bird took a lot of shots. He had to because the offense was bogging down. We couldn't get very much anything. I don't think we got anything off the bench. Like Caruso has usually been our biggest producer off the bench. He came in with 4 points tonight. He just couldn't get it going. Brandon Miller showed up as usually. He's our second best scorer. But that was it. D'Angelo Russell came in with 26 points, 13 assists. Look at that production up, and look at that. This does not look like this looks like a team contending for a playoff spot. But they're the worst team in the Eastern Conference. They're the worst team in the East. But not tonight, they weren't. So let's go ahead and take a look at D'Angelo. Well, let's take a look at Bird, because since they lost, we'll look at Bird's numbers. Bird's highlights first, and then we'll go to D'Angelo, since he's the hero of the game. Bird's production was phenomenal, but the teammates just didn't show up to really give him the support that he needed offensively. Bird was he was doing everything he could, man. A leaner three on a fast break. These shots he's taking are just insane, man. Insane jump shots. And his face. Good. Wall net. Look at that. Walk off the cut. Bam. God damn. Bird is something else. Even in a loss, it's still fun to watch him. You know. Let's take a look at D'Angelo Russell now. Go D'Angelo. I just thought we didn't do a good job of keeping the body on our man. I think we gave up penetration too much. The defense just wasn't there tonight. Guys were just getting easy penetration. We just couldn't keep guys out. Look at that. We just couldn't keep guys out of the paint. And then when you do that, you open up open shots for other guys. Defense just look at that. Even Ben Simmons with his length couldn't even bother him. He just had nothing. Look at that. Look at all that easy penetration we gave up all game long. Just terrible defense by Team Larry Bird tonight. Terrible defense, man. Let's take a look at Cameron Johnson, excuse me. Look. Cameron Johnson goes 7 for 15 from downtown. Are you kidding me? Let's take a look at this guy. This guy played out of his mind. This guy might go his whole season and not do that again. That's how it is in the season. You just run up on a team. They've got better chemistry, and they just got a little bit more energy than you. You played too many games, and they've been resting, or you've been resting too much, and you come in rusty. That's how sports are in real life, though, man. Nobody wins every game. I mean, like remember the '96 Bulls? They beat everybody, but they couldn't beat the Toronto Raptors in '96. the Toronto Raptors, they couldn't beat them. They would always beat the '96 Bulls every time they matched up. They can beat the Utah Jazz and the Seattle SuperSonics. They couldn't beat the Toronto Raptors. That's just the weirdness of sports. That's why we watch sports, man, to see the weird stuff. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on and see who's up next in the itinerary. I think Team Magic's up next. I think Team Showtime. So Team Larry Bird dropping to. Remember I want to see their current. What's their current record? Right now they're 11-16, and they're not even in the playoff picture. The Nets, as you can see there. Team Larry Bird now drops to 24-5 on the season, with the Knicks right behind them with a 2.5 game lead. Knicks trying to catch up to them. The Pacers are 6 games behind. But the New Jersey Nets aren't even on the damn playoff picture, man. They're not even a factor. And they came in here and that's probably the worst loss, at least stylistically. Stylistically, that was the worst loss that Team Larry Bird has taken this year. I mean, we had the loss to Giannis and them, but you can respect that loss because they just simply outplayed. That was a hard-fought game. If you guys missed that one, please go back and watch that game with the Team Larry Bird taking on the Milwaukee Bucks in Milwaukee. That was a classic. In my playlist, you can go catch that in my playlist if you missed that one. That was a beautiful game. But yeah, I think coming up, this should be good. Coming up next is going to be Team Showtime, I believe. Yeah. It will be Team Showtime taking on. This should be. I think. By the way, let's go ahead and check out the. Let's just go see because I think in the last couple of weeks we lost the services of R.J. Billett and Harrison Barnes are now healed up. Boucher is now still hurt, so these guys can now come back in. So we'll go ahead and do a quick refresher on that. So R.J. Barrett is now eligible to play. So that will put Team Showtime back to its. Quite frankly, if you've been watching, we've been basically playing small ball all season long with them, with Chris Middleton at the center position, with Amen Thompson playing power forward. Not power forward. We're going to switch him to power forward, and we're going to put Harrison Barnes at the 3. I want Amen Thompson more up front, so he can take advantage of slower power forwards. Get out and run with the man, the Magic Man pushing the rock. So let's take a quick look here at the statistics too on the season and see where Magic and Larry are doing. League leaders in the season. Currently, right now, Larry Bird averaging 50 points in this advanced pace. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander right behind him with 34 points a game. Curry with 33. This advanced pace because Larry's shooting a lot more shots than he would have been shooting in the 80s. He's averaging 50, mostly on threes, because he's getting all these three-point shots and free throws. He's taking 8 free throws. He's taking 8 threes a game, which is 6th in the league. Obviously, Curry takes the most, but he's right behind Curry. He's averaging 4 threes a game, shooting somewhere around. He's shooting 48% on the season from downtown. 48% from three on the season from downtown. So, and I believe Magic is leading the league in pretty much assists and rebounds. Magic's leading, but also turnovers though. He's leading the league in turnovers, but he's averaging 20 assists, so it's all relative. Because we all know Magic Johnson takes a lot. I think that's legit. That's believable because Magic Johnson takes a lot more chances. So the assists will go up, but so will the turnovers because he takes a lot more chances than the average point guard. So it's all relative. He's averaging a triple-double, 26 points, 15 rebounds. Because again, he's playing against smaller guards. The rebounds are so easy for him to get. He has he's leading the league in rebounding actually. Remember, he's 6'9". He's playing against smaller guards, and we play him up front sometimes. So he's always playing against smaller guys. So, but with that being said, guys, I'm going to bring this stream to an end as we get ready for the next incoming game. It will be the Phoenix Suns taking on Team Showtime here on Rexington Strong Style Sports. If you like what you're seeing, hit the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, and share the content. Not necessarily all in that order. I don't know how it's supposed to go, but just come hang out with me and come have some fun. And I will see you guys for the next video. It's Showtime. I like that little graphic. I found this graphic I put for Team Showtime. It looks like it has the visual of making the floor like the floor is lit with light bulbs. I found a way to make it look like fluorescent. Hope you guys appreciate that or think it's pretty cool. I kind of think it is. But I'll bring this stream to an end, guys, and I'll see you in the next one coming up very soon. Thanks for watching. Peace.